The stimulus bill was constructed with jobs in mind. But since the president signed it into law in February, the nation has lost another 2 million jobs, pushing unemployment to its highest rate in 25 years. A new government investigation into the stimulus finds that, quote, it is not clear whether areas most in need are receiving priority in the selection of highway infrastructure projects, as Congress intended.
$3.4 million recovery funding on the road crossing for turtles.
A trio of governors told Congress today that the real challenge has been obtaining stimulus funds fast enough to put people back to work.
But no funds, no projects. And no projects, no jobs.
According to recovery.gov, the website the administration set up to track stimulus spending, only 11%, or $56 billion of the available dollars, have made it out the door so far.
The federal agencies have to receive bids for contracts, then they have to analyze those bids, and then they have to write checks to those to the people that won the bids, and that all takes time.
What the website does not say is how many jobs have been created by building a bike path in Denver or expanding the hybrid bus fleet in Chicago. Stimulus fund recipients don't have to start reporting those figures until October.
It's definitely too premature to say whether or not the Recovery Act is working.
That hasn't stopped some Democrats from calling for a second stimulus, even as they defend the first. They say the money spent to backfill state budgets has saved teaching jobs, covered Medicaid payments, boosted unemployment benefits, and increased funding for food stamps, which are now used by a record 34 million Americans. That's 1 in 9.
Remember, the stimulus had a number of different goals, and I hope everyone in Congress.
My understanding, it was jobs, jobs, jobs.
Right. It was, but it was also relief for people in need.
But Republicans in Congress who almost unanimously opposed the first stimulus package are dead set against a second, and the White House is hardly eager to wade back into that fight. Katie.
All right, Nancy Cordes, thank you, Nancy. Jill Schlesinger is editor-at-large for CBSMoneyWatch.com and a former investment advisor. Jill, welcome. What do you think? Do you think a second stimulus package would be good for the economy?
Well, you know, when we talk about a stimulus, we're talking about taxpayer money. And right now, we are borrowing to try to stimulate the economy. That means we have a bill to pay back in the future. So we must think very clearly about what that means. On the other hand, as Nancy just said, we've only seen 11% of the money get spent. That means the lion's share of that stimulus package is to come. So maybe we got to wait a little bit to see how things work out through the economy.
Patience might be the operative word, even though a lot of people are getting impatient. One of the goals of this package was to increase consumer confidence, so people will start spending and put money into the economy. But a report out today shows, a government report shows consumers are saving and not spending. So how can we turn that around?
Well, you know, interesting. If you are a family and you are in trouble, you can't go out and spend freely. That would be silly. We want people to act responsibly. But if you are a family and you've got jobs and things are okay, maybe you don't have to be paralyzed in that fear state. You can spend a little bit. You know, in the long run, Katie, if people live responsibly and take control of their financial lives, we will have a stronger economy. It just may take some time.
All right. Jill Schlesinger. Jill, thanks so much.